As a brand, awesome, amazing. As a shop, the customer service in there, awful.
They're like the Lamborghinis of the watch world. You know what I'm saying? Like they're very out there with the watches, crazy colors.
It's not for everyone. But you know someone.
But it's for me. I'm a Lamborghini guy as well. Investment wise, it's been so strong. A lot of people who've bought RM through us have made a lot of money. Don't feel like it's a new brand. It's going to go away in 10 years time. Guys have been telling that for the last 15 years.
I'm confident it's not a bubble.
There's
no
bubble.
chance.
It ain't going nowhere.
Keeping it moving. What are we doing if we ain't moving? Hey, keeping it moving, keeping it groovy. Hey, just stepped off a plane, never hopped in a range. I hopped in a Uber, straight to the stage, but I stopped at a break, big belly like Buddha. Metabolism slowing down, but the bars ain't. Go hard, but the flow so blasé. From the east to the west, no Kanye. Crowd went nuts when I stepped in a park. Moving, keeping it moving. What are we doing if we ain't moving? Hey.
Come on, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Broad Talks, episode 7, I think it is.
7?
Yeah, 7.
Wow.
It's me, Henry, here with Mr. Broadwalk again, Kieran Richardson. As you guys can tell, it's quite obvious what episode we're doing. We've got 4 beautiful watches here.
The big dog episode.
The big dog episode. Richard Mille.
Wow. Well, obviously everyone knows it's my favourite, right?
Yeah, Mr. RM, right?
My favourite brand. I'm not Mr. RM, but I've just been collecting RM for a long time. So it's only right we had to do an RM show.
Well, we did one on AP, didn't we? And then obviously we had Darren Bent last week, and we just thought, come on, we need to talk about RM. So
today we got 4 models here. It's funny enough because all these 4 models, none of them are limited editions.
I know, and the amount of limited editions we usually have in.
Oh, mate, it's crazy, isn't it?
But that takes nothing away from these watches.
Oh no, nothing away. They're still rare watches,
100%.
But they're lovely watches. As here, we got the 3502 red with the diamonds, full diamonds as well, because it comes in 2 different variations. And
that's straight from RM as well. That's not aftermarket.
This is factory. Yeah, so this is RM 3502 automatic skeleton dial. Dials very well, and as I said, it comes in 2 different variations. It's like also diamonds, but not so much diamonds in the watch.
Okay,
it's kind of the NAF one. No one really buys that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not the best, but this is the better one. We've got the RM11 Ivory there, which is full rose.
Yeah,
which is unbelievable watch.
Yeah, on that nice little pink strap.
Little strap. And we've got 1104 Mancini there, NTPT.
Yeah, and then the 7201.
7201. So let's start with the first watch.
No, let's start with RM. Let's get into RM.
True. You know what? The reviews and that, I get it, but I want to talk about RM itself.
Yeah, Richard Mille, as a brand, awesome, amazing. As a shop, the customer service in there, awful.
How many times I know they're very funny when I walk into the shop.
They obviously know we're dealers now, but they didn't when I first started, and they were obviously so nice and helping, and I thought I was going to be like one of their clients. And we'll be doing something as simple as going in to get a new strap for a watch. We don't have any straps.
Yeah, the customer service is not the best.
No,
and I've heard that from numerous people who go into RM. They don't feel warm.
No, honestly, I feel like they're just not judging me the whole time, but just trying to figure you out the whole time, and they're asking you so many questions. And I'm just like, I'm just here to buy a strap. You don't need my home address.
Yeah, if I'm honest, they're probably the worst out of all the companies.
Yeah,
the customer service is probably the worst for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it just doesn't make sense.
I feel like all these brands now, they're like, as soon as you walk through the door, they're judging you straight away. They want to know, is he a dealer? Is he selling these watches? It's hard.
I think that's why so many people are buying from
us.
Yeah, from us.
from us and not them. Yeah, I get it. I've had a few. I'll tell you a crazy story. Obviously, they know I'm a dealer.
Yeah,
in
of course.
RM, okay,
and you're not just any dealer. You're also, an ex-footballer that is now a watch dealer.
I remember
they must know.
Someone was selling me their watch, their RM, the black carbon RM30 chronometric. Chronometry, sorry. And I was anyone who sells me a watch, obviously I know when I pick a RM up, I know if it's real or not.
Yeah,
but still, I'll always do my checks
on the papers and stuff.
Everything.
Like that.
I'll check everything out. It's important, because I don't want to get stung. So when I was buying this watch off this Russian lady, I said to her, I'll meet you go to RM. I want to check the watch out, basically. I didn't know who they were.
So in London, Richard Mille.
In London, Richard Mille. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to get myself in trouble here. So I walked into RM and I was like, yo, I just need to check this watch out. If it's real, whatever. They said, cool. They took it in the back. I gave them the papers and they checked. To be fair, they can't really check the papers because they got to send the papers away. But they looked it over. They said, it looks fine. As long as the watch was fine, it was cool. I remember I was just sitting there and the Russian lady was
it actually her watch? Is it written in her name on the papers?
No, it was her husband's watch.
All right, okay.
Whatever. Anyway, so we sat there. It just sat there. Wasn't doing anything. And the guy came out. He was like, "Yo, you can't do deals in the shop." I was like, "Bro, I'm not doing a deal in the shop. I'm just sitting here with the lady, and she had like 2 security guards with her.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's whatever they are, hire someone in the Russian, whatever." And I was like, I'm not doing a deal in here. Just relax, mate, basically. I'm leaving now. Just checking the watch out. Left. I went back in their car, armoured car, down to number 1 High Park. did the deal there. And I bought the watch. But I just feel like, I don't know, I love RM as a brand. Forget customer service and things like that now. But for me, I've been buying RM now since 2007. So it's a long time before the hype. I just love the brand itself.
But this is what I've been thinking. I don't understand why they've got such a hatred for the sort of second-hand market and the people that are selling, because I think that's what grew their brand the most. Is
definitely
you know what, us selling them.
You know what, I've got a right relationship with them now. So when I go in there, I do talk to them, and they do say to me, "Oh, what's the market like? What's this selling for?" They're asking me questions. They're just fishing, basically. Well, I do say to them, mate, without me, like. Basically, I'm pushing the market, so I'm pushing the prices up. So you should be thanking me, really.
And you know what? They've realised that. You know why?
Go on.
They've started selling second-hand watches.
Yeah,
they've started pretty much their own dealership. They may as well be in Hatton Garden.
I think it can be a smart move, though.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, they're realising that what they're selling their list prices at, they can go and double, treble their money if they sell second-hand.
Well, I'll tell you what I think has happened. Is I think that they've created a way in that they can invite their clients to sell their watches at a better price than they bought it at, and then they get to sell them on to someone else. So they buy them back off their clients, and then they sell them on to a different client for XYZ, and they make so much more money off an RM they've already sold.
So it's smart.
Yeah, obviously it's smart.
But when they're tiffing their nose up against me, then you...
No, but it's a second-hand dealer, and we've gone to buy a watch off them, and it's not available. It's not available. 2 months later, call them, ask if it's available, and then they find out who we are again. Not available.
Because they don't want to sell to us. You got to remember these brands like.
But they're supposed to be a dealer, right?
I know, but what I'm trying to say is like anything, they don't want to sell to a dealer, because when you sell to a dealer like me, they don't get that client. The whole thing about a brand, building a brand up and building is getting clients.
Yeah.
Like me, myself, I don't like selling to dealers, because once I sell a rare watch, okay, just say it's a rare Mancini 1104. Once I sell this to a dealer, it's out of my circle no more. It's not with me no more.
Yeah.
Where if I sell to my client,
if he wants to then get rid of it in a couple of years,
he's always going to bring it back to me, and that's the reason why they sell to clients and not to traders. So which is right. What I do, I don't like selling watches to traders. I want the watches to come back to me, so I have another chance to sell it, and hopefully it's gone up in price.
Yeah.
So it's very smart. So we do get hostile environment in there, which I understand.
Can you explain why they're selling Rolexes and Pateks on their website now, though?
They're probably just trying to mask it, trying to hide what they do. I don't know. Either way, but as you said, even straps are a lot of money in the shop.
Oh mate, straps are ridiculous. As in, I tried to do my own spin-off on straps because they're that good.
Yeah, I feel like straps make the watch with RM.
Well, yeah, they can make them look a lot worse, and they can make them look a lot better.
Yes.
So like, let's just say this rubber strap here, that's like £400.
Yes.
That sells for like £1,000 with those vents. More than £2,000.
Yes.
With those vents, that strap will go for £2,000.
A pink strap with the vents, it's $2,500. It goes for. You know, they're a lot of money.
These are all on new Velcros, and they're £600, so they are more expensive. But if you get them in the worst colours, they're going for about like 800, 900. But you get them in the good colours, and they're going for like £1,500 too. Mate, £2,000.
The strap world is a market itself.
Yeah, it is.
So people need to know that, as you said, these straps can make watches look better or worse. And if you've got a watch and we put a pink strap on it, someone might want to buy it because it's got a pink strap on it, correct?
Yeah.
So it can sell the watch, and I've recognised that. That's why we have a lot of straps. We have a lot of straps.
We took a picture the other day. We'll get Ian to put it up on the screen.
Yeah, so we buy a lot of straps because we know you can play around with it. You can change the
And like when we get a watch in, let's say this watch, we got it in and it came on a black on a rubber, right? And we were just like, straight away, we put it on a white and then we put it on a red, and instantly it's made that watch just look so much better. Yeah. So that's why we have all these straps, because we're like, it just markets better to our clients.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's a really smart move from RM itself. Yeah. When they created the brand, doing them things, creating the colours, creating the different variations.
And they're not as hard to get, the straps, as the watches.
No, they're not as hard. They're still hard to get.
If you've got the watch, you have to, be fair, you have to have the watch to go into the shop and get it. And that's why there is a market for it. Because unless you've got the watch, you can't just buy and sell straps.
Yeah, so you have to have the actual physical watch to go in there. Which is smart.
Yeah, because 2 years ago, I went in, and I've been with like the same watch and got like 4 or 5 different straps, and they're like, you're only allowed to get 7 straps a year from RM as a client. And I was like, well, God, that's my business gone.
No, but you know what? I just said, I've been doing RM for a long time. Yeah. I've been buying them. My first watch RM I bought was a 002 tourbillon rose gold.
So that came out,
the watch came out in 2002. Yeah. But my first time buying that watch was 2007. And their
first watch they ever released was a 001. 001. In 2001.
In 2001, hence 001.
Yeah.
Very rare watch. I think there's only known to be made of that watch is 17 pieces. I think it's 17 pieces. It's very low numbers. Yeah. Tourbillon watch, amazing. It's hard to see. Have I seen one before? Yes, I've seen one before, but I've never seen one again.
Yeah, well, I haven't.
I reckon the value on that 001 now could probably fetch between £1.5 million.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so the one I bought was a 002, which I loved. I paid, I think it was like £60,000 for it at the time, or £69,000 for it at the time. It was so much money. I never spent anything like that on watches.
Imagine getting an RM like that right now for that price.
Crazy. I'd never spent anything like that on a watch. It was a big step for me. But I liked the brand. I believed in it. It was a tourbillon watch. It looked cool. It wasn't a big case. It's like an RM10 size case.
And you said you've always liked to be different when it comes to stuff like that. And it was definitely at the time. It was the different thing.
Yeah, no one knew about RM at the time. You know, I saw a few people who I know had it, and the tonneau shape is just unbelievable, which caught my eye. I love the screws on the side.
Other people have moved sort of into that, like tried to make different shapes because of what RM did. Everyone just had the circular watches before, and then you got what AP had. Obviously, they brought out the Royal Oak, but they've got the Royal Oak shape. RM's got this shape. They've all got their different shapes. Rolex is sort of stuck to circular.
Yes.
Then Patek has sort of that famous.
Everyone has their own identity in the watch world, and everyone knows when you see that shape now, the tonneau shape, it's RM.
Yeah,
just bang.
It's amazing.
Everyone knows. But I feel like where RM separate themselves from everyone else, I know the look of it and the weight of it, the materials they use. Just
also, no one's bringing out red watches.
Yeah.
RMR.
Yeah, and exactly.
Like the fact you can customize it, we've touched on it with the straps. I just think that brings a different element than anyone else does.
Yeah,
really.
And the market and the RM is so powerful now because they're marketed so well. They're very smart, and we know them.
Well, it's because they only produce 5,000 a year, right?
5,000 watches a year. That's nothing.
It's really, really small. When you actually contextualize how many people are in the world, 7 billion, and there's only 5,000 of these a year, and how many people are trying to buy them. That's when you realise that's why they're so rare.
I always say, like, when people say to me, I always compare RM to Lamborghini.
Yeah.
It's like they're like the Lamborghinis of the watch world. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're very out there with the watches, crazy colours.
It's not for everyone.
Not for everyone.
But you know someone.
But it's for me. Yeah. I'm a Lamborghini guy as well. I'm a Ferrari guy now. But yeah. So he's cracked the market. If I'm honest, he's cracked it. And a lot of people always say to me over the years, it's going to bubble. The bubble's going to burst on RM. And I always said, I don't think so. You know, they're made so well. I know that they've always outsourced their movements. We know that.
A
lot of people don't know that. So a lot of the time they've always gone to AP to make their watches, their movements inside. But now they're doing a lot of in-house movements regarding even that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's why I said, well, they did up until this bad boy right here. Should we get into it?
Yeah, get into that watch.
So this right here is RM7201. It's an automatic winding lifestyle flyback chronograph, and it's the first time that RM have actually made its chronograph in-house. It also has an in-house caliber, and that is CRM C1. It's got skeletonized movement that's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's a 50-hour power reserve and a 30-meter water resistance. So the list price on this watch, what you get if you buy it from RM, £233,000.
So it's a lot of money.
You know what? That's more than I thought it was.
Yeah, when before you, I said, how much do you think the wrist price in this? And you said 140. You thought it was 140.
Yeah,
right? You think that because of the size of it, right?
Yeah.
But reason why it's so high list price, I think because it's so hard for them to make.
Yeah.
The movement inside of it,
and it's the first time they've done it, right?
It's the first time they've done it. But for me, the dial is wow. We call it Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
All the circles, all the circles on the dial. But it comes out in different variations. Now they brought out the black one.
Yeah, and that's £263,000.
The black one
at list. Yeah,
and they got it in white as well. White.
Yeah,
with I think it's got rose sides on the white one.
Your thoughts on the market value? From what I've seen, we're talking £450,000.
Yeah, so the market value in that watch today in this market is between about £450,
yeah,
which is obviously the double.
Obviously, I always going to say the higher price.
Yeah, we would always say the higher price, but it is. It's a very rare watch. They don't make many of them watches.
Yeah, although it's not limited.
Yes, because it's too hard for them to make inside house.
Good luck going to RM and
Yeah, you're not getting it. Honestly, not getting it. So the next watch we got there is 11. Let me get it up here. And you know what? We did this one after. Let's do the RM11. This is the El Clasico shape. This is the RM11 RM011. Yeah. So I just say RM11. I know it's got a 0 before then the reference, but I just say RM11. So when I was first buying RMs, these were going for, even though this is a full rose ivory edition, which is beautiful. Yeah. I love the crown, the colour of the crown, the ivory colour crown. And it's got a pink strap on it, but you gotta
make sure you keep that clean though.
You do. But usually it comes on a black rubber strap. But obviously we got the pink one. Our friend gave it to us, and it's on a pink one today. But the dial's beautiful. Obviously in the gold trim, and the hands are in gold as well. But what I would say about this whole RM11 itself, the shape, it's a classic one.
Yeah, it is.
It's the go-to, as we always say, it's the go-to watch. When you think RM11, you think of this.
When I think of Richard Mille, personally, I think of RM11.
Yeah, sorry. When you think of Richard Mille, you think of this watch, RM11.
Yeah, you do.
Which is their fleet masser. He was their flagship guy, the F1 driver.
Helped them grew massively. 100%.
That grew. It's their biggest watch. Yeah. I know they discontinue it now, but it's always when you think of Richard Mille, you think of that.
Am I right in saying that strap isn't made for that watch, is it?
Yes.
It's RM1103 strap. So that's another thing you actually can do with a few different models that you can.
Yes. So some RM11 this size fits also RM1103, 1104.
Which is cool because it just adds more customizations to your watches.
Exactly.
Because the vented straps are just so much cooler.
So much better.
That particular vented strap.
Yeah, the old style strap. We'll get a picture up on the thing. It was all right at the time. It was great. But now
they brought out this. It looks dated.
It looks dated, right? Yeah. And it does. So when I was buying RM11s, when they first came out, it was RM11 rose and titanium sides. They were going for £40,000 trading around. No one really wanted them at the time, even though I loved it. People were buying them, but not like now. So the rose titanium one was going for 35 to 40 grand, brand new. And also you got to remember, in RM itself, when you walked into a boutique, they were all in the windows at the time. No, like now.
The windows were empty.
Windows are empty now because they can't give them out. At the time, you could go in and get percentage of RM. Go get 20% off. Yeah. Off the list price.
What? Just go make a deal with them.
Go make a deal with. Sit down, mate. You know what? Okay, this is what they want. Yeah. £60,000 for it. What can you give? What can you give off? And they'll
imagine negotiating with RM today.
You got to remember because they're a new brand, so they're trying to sell their watches. They're trying to get it out there, which is okay. Now you go in there, you got to pay 20% over. Come see me and pay 20% over. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it shows how far the brands come, and I understand it. And the next watch we got here is called an RM1104. I love it. It's an amazing watch. It's got it looks like a 1103. The same shape case. This watch is named after Roberto Mancini. He's obviously been an RM ambassador for a while now. Yeah. He had RM11s, normal ones, called Mancini also. I think the whole thing behind with him, he has the extra time and stoppage on the dial. So I honestly, sick. Yeah, it's sick. But I think that came from. I think it came from. Remember Man City when they scored in the.
To win the league?
Yeah, to win the league.
Yeah.
In extra time. Yeah. I think they've rolled that whole concept and gone with that, which is smart, right? And obviously we know he was a fantastic footballer and he's a big manager now for Italy. And obviously these colours are in Italian colours, which is beautiful. Even though we don't really like Italy like that.
We're still hurting from the Euros.
Exactly. But no, this watch is nice. It's NTPT carbon. What do I like? Even the crowns with the blue and the white. everything just.
I just think NTPT is just the way to go for me with RM.
Of course.
Because if I want sort of the rose metals, the titaniums, I'd probably go elsewhere.
Yeah.
But for me, that you can't beat the NTPT.
Yeah. So when RM probably for me was like they brought out their own. This is their own material, like their in-house material, NTPT, and it ticks every box for me. I love the light watch. It's black. Even though they do make it in other colours. This is red. They make other colours as well. Of course they do. But the black ones are just wow. And as you said, they're light. I love.
And it's different.
Exactly.
A watch that isn't metal.
Yes.
But it's still worth mega dough.
So the market price in this watch is around 500,000 pounds. Yeah. It's not limited, but it's very hard to get. I feel like they don't make a lot of these watches.
But I've just noticed that on the side where it says like start and stop and stuff like
it's
that.
It's a chronograph. Yeah. Sorry, I should have said that. It's a chronograph.
It's all in Italian colours as well.
It's all in Italian colours. It's for him, isn't it? He's Italian. He's the manager.
Main man.
The main man. So, but for me, the brand is just powerful, bro. Honestly.
Yeah. When you're getting names like that as well.
Yeah. So
Felipe Massa, Roberto Mancini, Nadal.
Yeah. So exactly. Let's go into that. So they're smart. They're very good at marketing. They get big superstars to wear.
They pick their sports.
They pick their sports, and they don't just pick the common sports like football or whatever. They go and do polo. They go and do
golf
with
tennis.
Bubba Watson.
F1.
They're smart. Obviously, Mr. Richard Mille's background is racing.
Yeah.
So that's where he's predominantly in F1. You'll see a lot of people wearing Richard Milles. They'll be sponsored there wear Richard Mille. That's his background, right? And he loves motor racing.
It's pretty much on every car.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just love the brand. For me, it's my favorite brand.
Such an interesting brand as well. Mm-hmm. Like obviously it doesn't have the history, but it's got so much about it now, and everything is happening now, and it's just so controversial. I think that's why I enjoy it.
Yeah,
just like
it's mad.
People don't understand it, and I like that.
Yeah,
because it's like if you don't know, get to know kind of thing with it, and for me that's why. And
I think as well, investment wise, it's been so strong. A lot of people who've bought RM through us have made a lot of money. And
with RM, there's no sort of like if you're going in deep. There's no shallow water with it really.
Yeah.
Like you can't buy a cheap RM and it's going to go up loads.
Yeah. Now you can't. But back in the day, you had 005s which were like 15 grand. It's a $100 watch now.
Yeah.
Which is a cool piece also. But it's more like a lady's size. It's small. But as you said, now getting involved in RM, you got to be spending at least 200 grand to get like a decent RM.
Because honestly, even dealers wise, a lot of dealers struggle to sell RM because they can't fork out the money to pay for these big RMs and then hold them. Yeah. And like, because you can't just buy an RM and flip it straight away. There's not really a massive market for that. Yeah. You got to hold them and wait for them to go up.
Yeah. So I always say to my friends like who were buying RMs, or even my dealer friends who are looking to buy RMs for the first time, because it's new to some people. Yeah. I'll say have a long plan in your head. Don't think you're going to buy it and flip it straight away 100%. And make money. So when I tend to buy these watches, I have in my head I could be 3 months, could be 6 months before I sell it. But I know in that time, every month is going up. Yeah, you got to have a game plan every time you buy a watch. You do about when you're going to sell it. And you got to buy you got to buy the correct models. Even though I was buy limited edition things, even though these are not limited, but they're very hard to get. Yeah. So that's why you just got to do your research. Definitely do your research on the brand. Watch the podcast. But I would say the most famous RM, obviously the RM11 is famous, but the Nadal took it to a whole new level. Oh yeah. So I honestly think, I know I said like when people think of Richard Mille, they think RM11. Yeah. That's if you're in the game, but if you don't know, everyone knows of the Nadal. Yeah, everyone knows of the Nadal. So he wears them all the time. He wears it on while he's playing. Yes, which is great. And he plays with a tall billion one as well. Yeah. Ones, RM27. When it first came out, his first watch was an RM27. RM27, the first one, black one, tall billion. And what happens is that they made like a cheaper version of that watch for civilians like me who couldn't afford the big dog. His watch could be, I think it was like 600 grand retail at the time. And they made an RM35 Baby Nadal, which was around, at the time, 60 grand or something like that. Now they're 200 grand. Yeah. So what they had his one, RM27, and then they go 2701, 2702, 2703. And his models changed over time, and they're just making so much money just from him being a partner with them, and he's just loving it. Yeah, he's loving it. He gets to wear his watches for free, basically. And a lot, and to be fair,
it's good because Richard Mille obviously sponsor a lot of tennis tournaments as well.
Yes.
So it kind of works out.
And what I like about Richard Mille is what I found, they don't always go through the main superstar in the sport.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Federer would have been the easy move.
Federer would have been the easy move, correct? Like the Blake.
Mm.
They did, you know what I'm saying?
Johan Blake, the Jamaican sprinter.
Yeah, he has his own watch. What other?
It's a big boy watch as well. Like,
yeah.
I mean, actually, size.
Yeah, and the dial is like got the claws. Remember his whole thing is about claws.
Yeah,
so they know what they're doing, how they design the watches. And so what I like about RM, they don't always go for the main guy. They always like an up and coming guy and try and promote him.
You know what? One of my favorite watches is with that's got someone attached to it is Pharrell Williams.
Oh, his watch is beautiful.
With the it's the astronaut, right?
Astronaut, yeah. RM 5205.
That's the one. Only 30 made.
Yeah. Oh, I've never actually held it in my hands, which is.
Me and you were actually the first time I saw it, and it wasn't the physical watch itself. They had a poster of it in RM when me and you were going to get some straps a few years ago now. I saw it on the wall, and I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah. So listen, they know what they're doing. They're getting the right guy. Pharrell is a great.
Yeah.
What he does, they're smart, you know, and his watches.
Taking a leaf out of Adidas's book.
Yeah, his watches, wow, wow. And I would love to own one of them watches.
Yeah.
But it's, they're very hard to come by.
I reckon the list on that watch is
the list is very high. I don't know. It'll be in the high near touching up in the mill.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
But they
800 to a mil.
They sell for over $2.4 million maybe.
Oh,
yeah.
Mega
money.
Yeah. That's to me. But all those people that we just mentioned, they're just all legends in their own right, and that's what RM's about.
Yeah,
breaking the niche. All those athletes do that.
Yeah, and I'm glad we touched on this RM today because a lot of people don't really know about it and they're skeptical about the brand. But I would say, from my own opinion and my own experience, it's be confident with it.
I want people to feel more comfortable.
Yeah, they should feel more comfortable. Don't feel like it's a new brand. It's going to go away in 10 years' time. Guys have been telling me for the last 15 years.
I'm confident it's not a bubble.
It's not a bubble.
Chance.
It ain't going nowhere. And if you know what, I'll say it right now on camera. If it goes somewhere, come back in the comments and say, "Told you so," whatever. Because I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for the RM episode. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. We've got some big things coming out, so make sure to stay tuned and have a good week.